Hello, and welcome to yet another Journeyman adventure on Bood FM's YouTube channel. I'm afraid I need to start with some bad news. Bood FM and his best friend, the CCPO, are both dead. I'm the one that killed them. Now, for those of you that have been living on another planet, my name is Lee Greenshields. Greeno to my friends. You can call me Mr. Greenshields. You may remember me as the legendary goalkeeper at Tame Valley FC, where with this very hand I saved the penalty to win Bood his first ever major trophy. I then became director of football at Manchester Central, where I poured my blood, sweat and tears into building Bood a superstar team to fill up the trophy cabinet. Then, once Bood decided to go gallivanting around the world, I decided it was best to buy out his agent, control his whole career and maybe even his whole life. Let's face it, without me, Bood wouldn't get anywhere. But even with me as his agent, Bood and the CCPO still found themselves into trouble. The big problem was that Bood decided to sack me off as his agent, move away to South America and put all of his trust into his good friend, Brian Kane, the hay fever medicine entrepreneur. But little did he know, Brian Kane was double-crossing them and setting them up. And if it wasn't for my last-minute intervention, Bood and CCPO would still be spending their days in prison. And that's when I killed them. Not physically, of course, calm down. No, but to the world, Bood and the CCPO are both dead. So this is where we join our hapless heroes, in the Highlands in Scotland, in a safe house provided by me, of course. Not only are they waiting for me to save their asses with new watertight identities, but they're also waiting for me to kickstart their new careers on a new Journeyman adventure. And I'm sure it'll be successful yet again. Well, for as long as they keep me as their agent, that is.
Mate, I am sick to death of this weather. It does nothing but rain here in Scotland. When he said he had a safe house for us, I pictured a cottage on a hillside, open fire, big TV, loads of food in the fridge and Wi-Fi. But no, we're in a tent, 4 months in a tent, just me and you, eating nothing but Bobby's bastard beans. I had a wash for fucking weeks. I absolutely stink, and you smell even worse. I've had enough. I'm at breaking point. I should be more grateful, mate. I'd rather be in prison, getting bummed off Big Roger every night. At least I'd be well fed, dry and warm, and I'd have a cuddle. Seriously, I've had enough. I'm at breaking point. I think he's forgotten about us. How long's it been, mate? You've got a packet. You've got a package from Greeno. You haven't told me. You had me here ranting, and you've got a package. Open it up. What's in it? Let's have a look. A phone. Ooh. Passports. Ticket. This is it. This is it, man. We're in business. We'll open that phone up because I know Greeno and I know he'd have left us a message.
Alright lads, how's it going? Look, first of all, thank you for laying low for so long. I know it hasn't been easy. I've been struggling too. I mean, I've been laying low in this 4-star hotel in Tenerife. Usually it's 6-star in the Caribbean, so you know we're both staying about 2 stars below our means. So yeah, I feel your pain. But new identities are in. You've got them in the box there with your new phone, and on top of that, I've got you a job out in Eastern Europe, nice and low profile, right? So get on that plane, start your new career. Obviously, you've got to get all your new coaching badges and everything because you couldn't keep them. So your new identities, start working on them and build your way back to the top. I know you can do it. And just for you, I'm going to let you keep your weekly wages, all right? I get the win bonuses, you get the weekly wages. I think that's fair. Catch you later, lads.
Oh, that's very kind of him, isn't it? But anyway, he's done us a solid. I've had enough of this tent. We've got what we need. Let's get our asses to that freaking airport quick sharp. Oh, big sigh of relief, mate. I feel so good. I feel fresh. I've had a shower in the airport. I've had a shave. Honestly, mate, I've not felt this positive in absolutely months. And we've passed that first test. Got through the airport. These identities are rock solid. No one batted an eyelid. I mean, it's fantastic. Even if I am stuck with this shit name for the rest of my life. We're 3 men going on an adventure together. This is where I want to be. Do I know where we're going? Yeah? Greeno text me. You mean Greeno text me and not you? Wow, I feel well honoured in that. Yeah, he's told me where we're going. He's told me what club we're at. We've never been there. I've never been there. We definitely have been there together. It's going to be a challenge though, mate. Got a lot of challenges. I've got to redo my coaching badges, which I hate. but it's got to be done. I should sail through them, hopefully. But with me in charge of any club, and with you as the chief cone placement officer, putting them cones out in training like no other, surely we'll be okay. We're an unstoppable force, remember. We're a tag team. We're going to start at the bottom, but mate, one day we will be back at the top. Now, one thing Greeno did say is he's upgraded. He says he's got a lovely little place on the outskirts of town. He's got great air conditioning when it's warm. He says he's got fantastic heating when it's cold. I can't wait to make it my home and get stuck in. Get to the office and get to work, mate, because we've got a lot of work. So get some shut time, man. Longish flight. I'm going to kill him. Well, yes, here we are. Latvia, and as always, thanks for joining me for a brand new Road to Anywhere series. This is in fact my 5th one. How mad's that? 5 years now I've been doing this, and it's going to be the 3rd year that me and you, my trusted CCPO, have been doing it together. So as always, thanks for joining me. If you are brand new, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you all hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a future episode of this series or anything else I do. But I just appreciate the view. Any thumbs up, comments, subscriptions. Anyone wants to become a patron, you're all absolute legends. So why Latvia? Well, I wanted to start the series in a low league in a country that I've never been to on anything I've ever done, and I've never been to Latvia, so I just got a few countries, stuck them in a hat, pulled Latvia out, and here we are. Then I decided, right, I'll just take over the worst team in the league, and they are probably the worst team in the league rep wise, but you never know what's going to happen, do you? In a league like this you can have a ton of fun, and I can't wait. Seriously, with these series I don't really plan them out. They're really organic. They're like develop into their own little animal. So no idea where we're going to end up, where we're going to go. And as always, like I do in other series, there will be points along the way where I'm going to put the choice out there for you to maybe help decide where my career goes. I love doing that, having a vote, because sometimes I agree with it, sometimes I don't, but I always stick to whatever vote wins. So there'll be some of that along the way. Lots of ups, lots of downs probably. But yeah, Latvia. But where? In Latvia. SK Supernova, that's where we are, in Latvia. Yeah, never heard of this team. Now the name is cool. I love the name. The colours, I mean, they're great, but now all I can think about is Al Nassr, where Ronaldo's gone to. But yeah, Supernova. Now I didn't pick him because of the name, even though it is cool. I picked them because they are the lowest ranked team in the league. This is their first season in the top flight. Now this season we're going to play now has actually been played in real life, and they have got relegated. So that says where they're at. They were only founded in the year 2000. They're semi-professional. I've got no idea about anything to do with this club, the league, anything really, nothing. I think I've heard of one team in the league. So it's going to be a challenge. Now normally on stuff like this I will start off quite low. I've started off with National C and I build my way up. But I hate it. I think coaching badges are one of the most boring things on the game. And then last year, because the story carried over in a certain way, I kept my coaching badges, and maybe that was an advantage for me on FM23. So obviously, you know what's going on. I've had to start again with my new name. Yes, I love Balzac. I didn't choose that. Someone else did for me. Yeah, Greeno, the arsehole. I love Balzac. Brilliant. So yeah, I am going to be starting low. I've got to re-get my badges. I've got to rebuild my reputation, and I'm not going to put any. There's no nothing I can't do on this series. I'm going to go anywhere as long as the job's right and it feels right. I just want to build my career up and hopefully get to a top club one day. That's the dream. That is the end goal. Look at my attributes. They're not great. They're pretty shit. Nothing like last year. I was stacked last year. But what I always do anyway is I always stick all my stuff on my mentors, because I like to build a coaching team. They can do that bit. But yeah, is this going to hinder me this year? Maybe. So like I said, this club has no history. Founded in 2000, they've never won anything. I don't even think they won the league last year. I think they finished 3rd, was it? Yeah, so they come up through a playoff. So they've never won anything. But it's going to be up to me to maybe win some. I'd like to maybe stay here a year or two, see what we can do. But like I said, yeah, I'm going into this completely blind. If you know anything about Latvian football, if you're from Latvia, hit me up in the comments. Facilities wise, we play at the Salapils Stadions in Salapils. Now, I've looked where the city is. It's down the river from Riga, which I think is the capital. So we're not far from the big city and the big team. But, it's a small stadium. 648. All-seater, though. That's pretty good, isn't it? Basic training, basic youth. Yeah, it's a challenge. Got a little bit of money in the bank, which ain't bad, is it? 170 grand in the bank. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be spending anything on anything. I was just hoping we can just do okay, start to build our rep up. Now, squad-wise, this is it when you go on the first team squad. There is a B team, as you can see, and an under-18s team. I'm just going to put them all in that first team. It's survival of the fittest. Let's see who can rise to the top and hopefully not get our ass kicked for us every game. Club vision, they want to work within the budget, grow the rep, yada, yada, yada. They want to finish mid-table. I mean, we're semi-pro, and there's quite a few bigger clubs in this league who are fully professional. And we've only just come up. That's a bit of pressure on a young manager like myself with no attributes. Your cone placement better be on point. So tactically, I'm sticking to my two main tactics that I use all the time now. And it did well for me at Oldham. It did well for me on the road to anywhere last year. It's an identity I want to keep throughout the series. And then, you know, when you do go to other clubs, if a certain player did well for you, you know, sometimes you can take them with you or try and buy them and they'll fit into your system and all that kind of stuff. So will it work in this league? I don't know. And this is the league. There's only 10 teams and you play each other 4 times. Now, the champions are RFS. Don't know them. I've heard of Riga, though. But you got Spartaks there. We're their little bitch club. So, along the year, I can't remember when it is, at some point in the season, I cancel that. Because I don't want to be anyone's bitch. Especially in the same league. Now, even though, right, our rep, right, was 2,000. I think the next club was 2,300 and something. You can check for yourself in the editor. So it's some distance. But even though that's the case, we're not the favourites to go down. So that was positive when I saw that. I don't always take too much out of this, but it was positive. But yeah, wow, no idea. But this is why I love it, and I will always say this to you. If you're struggling for a save, I mean, one club saves, my Oldham Athletic save was a ton of fun. The best fun I ever have in Football Manager is this, and I never used to do this, but I absolutely love it because you just go on this random adventure and you never know where you're going to end up, and sometimes that's the best thing because beautiful things can happen. Now, rule-wise, it's pretty standard. I mean, you got lots of subs, yada yada. I don't know about the foreigner rules or all like that because I don't buy anyone. I don't do anything. I'm just sticking with what I've got. We're not exactly rich, and I was hoping if I could keep some money, they might pay for me coaching badges. Do you know what I mean? But there are certain rules. Feel free to pause it. I'm not going to run through them all because I find it completely boring. But there you go. Slow enough for you to pause it. One good thing is, though, there's quite a few European spots in there. So obviously if you win it, you've got to qualify for the Champions League. But then there's the Conference League ones. The 4th one is depending on who wins the cup. But man, that's good, isn't it? I really like this. I love something new and fresh. Now, one thing I want to do as well is hopefully by keeping a bit of money, I don't know how much money we could make anyway in this league, is to hopefully get the club to become professional, sort a few things out. Squad-wise, I'm not going to go through it because they're all pretty shit, they're all pretty average, all pretty standardly the same and crap. I'll show you my best player quickly, Eugene. I mean, that's the kind of top player you're looking at. But, you know, at least we're not favourites to go down. There could be something in this team. And I've done this before, when you got your own tactic and you sort things out, you can usually do okay. And one of the reasons I usually do okay is because of my staff. But I'm not going to be able to do anything with this either, and this is going to hurt me. But it's a process, innit? We've got to build our career up here, and I'm excited to do that. And sometimes you can't have everything you want. You've got to challenge yourself, and this will be a challenge. So I am going to arrange a couple of extra friendlies. I do that. I think we have 4 friendlies. And then we've got the season. Like I said, you play everybody 4 times. I think the cup starts later on in the season, but the season does start in March. And as you can see, ends in November. So it's a bit out of sync with the rest of Europe. So if you ever did get a team like this, or a team in this league into Europe, it always marries up weird, doesn't it? It's a bit annoying. I'm guessing it's a weather thing because Latvia's up there with like Estonia. It's top end of Russia, really, isn't it? But yeah, should we find out how I get on? Well, first I'll show you my pre-season because I mean, I don't know who the other 2 teams are. They're not great. I picked some lower level Latvian teams, so we annihilated everybody, right? But I did have a fresh 11 in mind. I picked the best 11 and thought, do you know what? I'm just going to go with that and run you into the ground and see what happens. And by the 18th of June, this is what's happening. I've not signed a single player, but I say this all the time, we are way better. We are way better than the computer. At this point, right, and I mean at this point, we could win the league, right? I don't know if we will or not. Marco Regza, top goal scorer. I've got the 3 best players, apparently. It was insane. There were times when we've been brilliant, times when we've not. But at the start of the season, we were epically awesome. Because like I said, I just picked that team, and we won 4-2. I then won 7-2. We then beat Riga, who are apparently really good, 3-0 and 5-1, and I'm pretty sure I didn't make a change in that first 11 until I had to make a couple then, and we lost. But then I kept on winning again, and I'm thinking, Christ, this is too easy. This is too easy. I was top of the league by a nice little comfortable margin, and then recently things are starting to happen. You get injuries, you get fatigue. I haven't got a lot of depth, but you know what? We're fighting through, and we're up there still. It's a very competitive league, and I think anything could generally happen. Now, again, the club didn't really have any money. Like you saw, 170 grand in the bank. But this club, right, has been amazing to me, and I'll show you at the end, but genuinely shocked me in a way. Now, to be honest, I have dished out a few contracts and renewed a few things, but I mean, some of these lads have been absolutely fantastic, like really, really good. Mr. GLAZERS, top player, look at him, legend of a player. He's really good. Edgar Bricks. I mean, these names are killing me, by the way. Don't expect great pronunciation. If you're new to my channel, I'm not good. Marco Regza is class. He's done really well. He's just got better and better and better, that kid. But yeah, scoring goals, having fun. Doing way better than I thought, because I was worried. Like I said, I don't know too much about Latvia. I know they're a Baltic country. They're around Estonia. I think they cross the water from Sweden, Russia, Belarus, Lithuania, that kind of place, you know what I mean? And I generally didn't know too much about them. Now, the population's tiny, but the country ain't. I know it's a small country, but when you actually look at England, for example, it's not much smaller, but there's not a lot of people, which means you don't know what kind of, you know, players are going to come through on something like this. I don't expect there to be. I've never seen a Latvian wonder kid. I mean, the country itself, 121st in the world. But, I mean, it's a cool place to be. I'm enjoying my time here at the minute. They used to be part of Russia, didn't they? I think the Russians occupied them, the Nazis have occupied them. Yeah, but they're free. It's a free country. But I generally don't know too much about them. So if you know anything, let me know in the comments, because I quite like the idea of staying here for a couple of years. You know, you've got to build them foundations in our career right now, haven't we? This is the first episode. We've got loads to cram in, so let's get right to the end. We are going to have a live com away from home against Meta. Last game of the season, where we are trying to get third. Now, fourth, you know, you're worried about fourth when it comes to Europe, because it depends on who wins the cup. But RFS, they seem like a dominant team. They won the cup, beating those dudes 5-1 in the final. Now, we started well, beating Grobinus 7-2, and then we got Auda. It looks like Audi, doesn't it? 2-2 it was. Yeah, look at the goals, by the way. I was winning that, and then we just collapsed and got beat on penalties. But we're not attacking the quarter-final, but I won't bother about that. I just, you know, at the start you're thinking, am I even going to stay in this league? So the fact that we're up there, and we've actually spent time at the top of the league, brilliant. So yeah, you know, European football's safe, even if we drop down to fourth, but I want to finish third. Why not? Let's try and do the best we can. It's been a bit shaky second half of the season, but we kind of got our shit together recently. I mean, as you can see, ropey situation there. Picked up a good few wins. Beating them 5-0 was when I thought to myself, why am I still an affiliate? Why am I still there, bitch? And that's when I cancelled it, so we're no longer part of them. But then we got to beat up RFS, which is all right. And that's the thing. I don't know really what's what. So you're going into some games, and you know, when you get the fan thing, and it'll say, oh, we're going to get beat, and we win. But then there's other times when we just play shit. So you never genuinely know. We beat Valmiera 5-1, and obviously we're going to be playing Meta today. But again, I love this game, and I love coming to a country like this, because you genuinely don't know. And what I've loved is that I haven't got my great staff. I've not been able to get any in. Money's rapidly left. But we've still done really well, and this squad has just, I've probably squeezed more out of them. Even with my attributes. To be fair, have got better. If we check them out right now, look at that. They're a little better. And the reason being is, I'm currently on my third course. I asked them at the beginning, they said yeah. I asked them mid-season, they said yeah. And I've just asked them again recently, and they said yeah, even though we've got no money. Now, when I was at Oldham on my last series, Meat Pie Sausage Roll, Oldham won't do it for me for ages. And they kept saying to me, we're not going to let you go. If you get better, you might leave, basically. Well, this club's not bothered. They've just backed me all the way, which makes me like them even more. I mean, look, the money, it went. We're 50 grand in the red. But, yeah, positives. I'd like to do more with this club, but we can't. But I think where we're at, even though I can't do anything like improve facilities, staff, nothing, even sign a player, I feel good, and I'm hoping that over the summer they will finally, because I asked them once and they said no, I'm hoping they'll make us professional. So welcome to the live con. We're away at Meta. Again, I don't know much about anything. don't know. I never know. What I do is I've just been picking my best team and absolutely going for it. And this is the best team I can put out on the pitch today. So here we go. Right. What I will say is we kind of rushed through this first season. You know what I mean? Because of the intro, there's a lot to cram into episode 1. And I don't want it to be on for like 40 minutes. But I do intend to stay here. We've done really well this season. Look where we are, which is it's absolutely fantastic. And we're in Europe now. We'll have to qualify for that conference, but I want to take this club to Europe. I want to see what kind of money you get in the summer. I want to see if I can make the club professional. I just want to see what I can do. I feel like I owe it to them because they've been so kind to me with no money and letting me go on 3 coaching courses. I think that's absolutely amazing, really. So that's going to be the plan. We're definitely going to stay here in Latvia with Supernova, great name, for another season. Yeah, and then we'll see. We'll go from there then. We'll see where we're at in the next year. But what I will do in the next episode is we'll have a good look through the players. We'll have more time. I'll show you all my players, see if we can bring anyone in. Look at the lads in more detail. Look at maybe a few other things in more detail. If there's anything else you want to see, let me know in the comments of this video. I'll make a note of it and we'll see what we can do. But hopefully the lads will put on a show here because sometimes I'm absolutely epic. But again, you never know. You never know with any team when you're making content, when you pick a live com. But we'll see. But there you go. That kid has just scored an insane amount of goals. He's wanted by everyone as well in this league. We need to keep him. But yeah, genuinely, thank you for tuning into this. Hopefully you'll stick with the whole series. Quite a lot of you usually do. I know a lot of people love it. I love it. And I do love that organicness to it. I would genuinely... I sometimes have a little bit of a storyline thread. But you don't know what you're going to do because I don't know where I'm going to go. And then it's always one of them things like, say when it comes to a vote and I say, right, shall I go here, here or here? And some random thing wins the vote. I was thinking, really? That's what you've picked? And I have to go down that route. I love that. I just never know myself what's going on. But that's the beauty of it. But thank you. And thank you to Greeno, as always, for being supportive and helping. And I'm sure my agent will be a massive part of this series. Right, we've got highlight, end of the first half. Can we get 2 goals? I mean, I love my tactic. And I think it's worked for me at many levels. I mean, did all right with Oldham. It wasn't perfect. We didn't fly up through the leagues. Good effort. He's going to get on the rebound nearly. But we did all right. I tell you what, though, it's a decent-sized stadium, this, isn't it? But it's empty, and that's one thing. Hopefully you get to see in the next episode our stadium, because it's tiny, but it's full. Do you know what I mean? So I prefer that to being in a big empty-ass stadium. But anyway, we're doing okay. It's only 1-0. I just want to solidify. I want 3rd. But if you are brand new, and this is the first time you've seen anything I've ever done, you probably don't understand the whole CCPO thing. But the last 2 series, like I said, I've done this for a few years now. The first 2 were good and I had a good fun with it. But once the CCPO came with me, my Chief Cone Placement Officer, the last 2 years on FM21 and FM22, I've had so much fun. Just creating, having random adventures and just coming up with crazy ass shit. I always feel like I'm under pressure to live up to that. So I don't even know if this will be anywhere near them. But I'm just going to go with the flow and have fun, and hopefully you enjoy it, and I don't enjoy that. That's all. But yeah, do you ever think that changing your attributes makes any difference? That's what some people say is the difficulty level on the game, innit? I mean, I often don't go in with high-end ones. I did on the start of last series, like I said, because carrying it over, and I couldn't be asked. It does bore me. It's one of the things I'd like upgrading, and that bores me even more. Oh, brilliant. Well done, boys. Getting beat. I had just switched to attacking. I was going to try and go for it, but yeah, this is what I mean. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're shit. But where we're at in the league, I just think it's absolutely amazing. From where we should be, newly promoted. You know what I mean? Let's just get this club professional. I'm hoping, because we've qualified for Europe, they'll do that. And I'd happily... Oh! Need goal line technology. I'm hoping we might get a bit of money, and they will do that, because we should be, shouldn't we? You can't go to Europe, even as a qualifier, semi-pro. I bet you can, actually, but I don't want to. Right, come on, lad. You scored so many goals. Can you get us just one more? Can we scrape a point here? Come on, lads. Oh, lovely ball. Cut it across. It does, but it crawls over the line somehow. I will take any goal, anyhow, anyway. So we are 3rd by 2 points. Get in. I just want to get as high as possible. I think it's absolutely awesome. Into injury time. 5 minutes. Can we nick it? Here he is, the man himself, Regza. Oh, I don't know what that was. A bit dramatic from the keeper. Well, there we go. First live com of the series. First live com with Supernova, away from home. 3rd is ours with a 2-2 draw away at Meta. There we go. RFS have done a domestic double. They are the team to beat. But there's a lot in this team. And I think after a full season together, and they grow together, they could probably do all right again next year. Got some good players that I don't think I'm going to lose unless someone comes in with a silly bid and the board overrule me. But that kind of stuff, you never know. Anything can happen with that, can't it? But, you know, leading goal scorer, great assist makers, lads in the top of the average rating list. I mean, there's a lot of positives from this little club of mine. I can't wait, man. This is fun. Additional funding from the council, because it is a council-owned stadium. Apparently they're giving us money, grant money, because we haven't got any money, to expand the stadium. Exciting times. They have just rejected my proposal of going professional, but I'm hoping if I jump forward a bit more, or at least over pre-season, they might change their mind, because I think we need to go fully pro. So I've jumped forward to the 1st of December just to see if we've got any new budgets. Nothing new's coming just yet. I don't think the new season's kicked in yet, so no idea what's going to happen there. We did have a youth intake. These are the boys. I signed every single one of them up because unless an absolute absurd freebie comes available who I think can help us, I think I'm just going to go again with this same team and just have another shot at it, because we haven't got a lot of money. And like I said, if we get any money somehow, even if I sell a player maybe, I want to try and make the club professional. That's my aim, I think, for Supernova, and see what we can do, trying to qualify for Europe and see if we can, I don't know, win a cup, get higher up in the league next season. I'm proper excited to get stuck into it. But as a manager, I'm happy. I'm doing my coaching badges onto my 3rd one. Not bad stats for my 1st season, really. Defensively, we're a bit shit, but you know what? We played that high press and it did well enough. We finished 3rd in the league, and very positive signs for this Sparty little tiny club I know nothing about. So thank you for watching episode 1. It is massively appreciated. A bit more detail hopefully in episode 2 with this club and the players and all that good stuff, and then we'll see where the story goes. But as always, thank you for any thumbs up, anything you do, comments, any new subscriptions, any patrons. But like I always say, thank you for your view. That means the world to me. It really, really does. So stay with us, man, because this could be awesome. It could be shit, but it could be awesome. Usually a lot of fun. You don't want to miss it, do you? I know you don't want to miss it. Right, back to the tent. I know, right? But I believed in myself. Well, I know you didn't. You never have. But I do. I don't need a little bit of paper to tell me I'm good at my job. Plus, I've got the best CCPO in the business. His cone placement, honestly, it was a whole new level this season. I don't know how he raises his game time and time again. It's definitely not all down to him. We are a team, a 50-50% equal team, and a team that's got Supernova into Europe, and a team that will get ourselves back to the top of world football one day. And we deserve better than to live in a tent. So as our agent, I think you should get us somewhere better to live. Mate, I'd be happy with something with a roof. Yeah? You'll sort that for us. Nice one, mate. Cheers. Appreciate that. Alright. I'll speak to you later. Okay. Bye. Yep. Okay, yeah. Love you too. Bye. Weirdo. Yeah, Greeno. Did you hear that? Get a new place to live. Buzzing. Can't wait for that. And like I said to him as well, mate, to be honest, your cone placement, whole new level. Don't know how you do it, but I appreciate you. We're a team, aren't we, mate? And we're a team, I swear down, that one day we'll be kissing Champions League trophies again, drinking champagne out of them, having sex parties in a fantastic apartment somewhere absolutely amazing. There's not a tent in Latvia. I've got faith in us, my friend. A whole new road now. So hopefully everyone at home watching is going to stick with us, because where we're going to end up, I don't know. It's going to be awesome. I promise you. See you next time.